Hey there, my name is Dave Hicking. I'm the product manager for HelpSpot, and today we're going to talk about how you can transform your HR team support with HelpSpot. So let's start by addressing the common challenges that HR teams, probably just like you, face with traditional shared email inboxes. If you relate to any of these statements, then you are absolutely in the right place. Maybe your team inbox is a mess and you waste time sorting through emails, and maybe it's hard to communicate about requests that you get from folks without creating new email threads or moving to Slack or Teams or just chatting and forgetting who said what. Maybe emails are being overlooked because it's not clear who's working on what. You're probably wasting time on repetitive tasks like responding to the same types of questions over and over again, just in slightly different ways, so there's no consistency. Maybe you're being asked to provide metrics or data like what's your response time? How many requests do you get for help in a given month and you don't have a good answer? Maybe you're sharing the same password and username credentials for a shared inbox, which is a security nightmare, sort of, honestly. And if that bit or any of those questions sounds at all like your team, HelpSpot is a fantastic tool that you could and should be using. It addresses all those problems, so much more, helps your team work more efficiently, helps you just keep staying on top of messages that have come in. But honestly, what it really does is it helps you provide timely support, which is what it's all about. Let's take a look at how HelpSpot's features can transform the way your HR team works. So let's start by just looking at what happens when requests come into HelpSpot. HelpSpot is going to organize all emails that come in into a centralized inbox, which gives you a unified view of all incoming requests. Your HR staff can assign requests themselves and pull them into their personal queue. When I go to do that, you'll see we can do things like assign categories. So I could say this is a recruitment email, and then if you're not seeing it here, I could say this is a recruitment email, and then I could even have additional fields appear on the right-hand side if you need to have specific pieces of information, maybe like what position this is or anything else that might be useful for you with reporting or just staying on top of things, right? So this is one way that it's really easy just to jump into a shared mailbox and start working on it. But maybe what you also need to do is assign requests out to people. So this is super easy to do in HelpSpot. I can just select, say I can do these three right here, and I could say, yep, this is a benefits question, and then I could choose who to assign it to. Makes it really easy to just go ahead and triage requests if that's the way that your team works. That way you're not overlooking things, you're not wondering who's working on what, because every request in HelpSpot, once it makes its way out of the inbox, is assigned to just one person, right? That way you know who is accountable for what. You can do a whole lot more with HelpSpot. Let's keep rolling here. So I'm just going to go into one of these requests. So you'll see one thing you can do here. We've got this idea of a public and a private update. Public update, that's writing back to the customer just like you would with email. But private updates, these are notes for the person who's working on it, other people in the team. You can @mention, you can reassign and get questions and have it assigned back. We even have the ability to detect when multiple people are working on a single request, so two people aren't trying to update it at the same time. This is just really useful, right? All those times when work comes in and maybe it's at the end of the day and you want to write yourself a little note, but now you got to write like a sticky note or something in your own to-do list. You can capture it all here in HelpSpot. And then it shows up in the request history down here, which is a running tally of everything that's going on with this request. Makes it really easy to jump in and see what's going on. You can also use HelpSpot's features to speed up response times with the ability to have responses, which are pre-written replies to common answers. Since you're probably coming from an email program like Outlook or Gmail, you might think of them as templates. They are able to be quickly edited, personalized, super easy to use. I've got one right here. I can insert this. So this is a case where maybe I am trying to just send lots of responses to lots of applicants who are applying for a job. You'll see I've got the same text that I can use every single time. It's built in. I'm also using what we call a placeholder to put the person's first name in to personalize it, making it even better. And this message, this response could also include attachments. You could add people to the CC line. This makes it really easy for your team to just maintain consistency, avoid errors, and honestly avoid doing busy work. HelpSpot also has the ability to have what we call a support portal. This is built in, included for free, and you can have things like FAQs. This could be simple, just text on a page with headings. It's incredibly accessible. It's also searchable up here, but you can also have images, you can have attachments, whatever you need. And we also give you full design control over this page. It could be as simple as just changing the logo in the upper left. But if you have programmers, you have an IT staff, and they want to make this look just like your company's branding, you can do that. HelpSpot gives you all that ability if you'd like it, and if not, you can just stick with this and it works just fine. The other reason why we have this self-service portal is so people can submit a request for help. So you can capture a name and email, of course, along with the details, same sort of information you'd get from an email, but you can also have the categories in HelpSpot. I showed you some of those before, things like recruitment or payroll or you can imagine whatever your categories might be, different kinds of work that you're doing, and you can allow, if you want, people to self-select. That way it automatically can skip the inbox and go right to the person, right? If you've only got one recruitment specialist, you can just set up HelpSpot so all the things that come in via recruitment go right to them. You don't even have to triage, it just goes right to them, but you're still able to keep track of it without having people individually email them, right? It's really, really useful. HelpSpot has the ability to track key metrics like response times, resolution times, the number of resolved requests in a given month with reports. They're customizable and they're really easy to use, can be really powerful. This one right here, resolution speed, is showing me volume of requests versus response speed. You can then filter it down further, so maybe you only want to see it for a particular category, and then I can export this out so I can work with it in Excel or Google Sheets. I can view the data here if I'd like to, along with some stats. I can even save it for later and then have it automatically emailed out on a given schedule. So if I have a monthly report I want to run, I can just set it and then never have to really worry about it again. It's just going to pop in my email every month with some data, and then I can click right from that email to go view the full report along with everything else I might want inside of HelpSpot. Really, really useful stuff. HelpSpot also has the ability to let you save time on repetitive tasks with automation rules, triggers, and mail rules that let you do all kinds of things, including things like looking at incoming emails and say, hey, if the subject of the email body contains the phrase 401k, I want to automatically assign this to Dave Hicking because he's my benefits specialist. You can stack these as well to account for things like alternate spellings, all kinds of things. So these are mail rules, which is just one kind of way to do automation here in HelpSpot, but they all have a very simple, straightforward to use UI where you're just saying, here are my conditions and here are my actions. We know how important security and privacy is to HR teams, and HelpSpot prioritizes that with things like permission groups, built-in authentication that has support for multi-factor, but also the ability to use your SAML compatible authentication. So things like Google or Microsoft, if your IT team wants you to use that, that way it's not another password to worry about. If they have password controls that are set, that's all going to be handled on that side. And inside of HelpSpot, you can control who can have access to which categories if you'd like. So if there's a payroll category or some sort of group that can only have access to certain kinds of things, you can set that up no problem. Finally, HelpSpot can be customized to fit your HR team's workflows in really interesting ways. You can integrate it with external software using our live lookup functionality. So if you have an HRIS or an HCM that you're using and you have information about the people at your company in there and you want to pull that in real time, you can do that with HelpSpot so that you can view information about them here. You can even pull that data in and store it in custom fields over here on the right hand side, so you can filter by that. So if you need to, if you're supporting people in multiple locations and you have that stored in your HRIS or HCM, you could have that be a field, so that way you could run reports. How many people do we support at this office versus another office? All kinds of things that you could do if you wanted. You can also customize the way that you are communicating, the way you're presenting yourself to your organization with customizable email templates. And also for the self-service portal, if you decide to use that, you can customize those templates as well. So it can reflect your organization's branding. You can tweak and customize exactly what you want to say to the people that you're supporting. Are you ready to transform your HR team and honestly just level up your game in terms of the support you're providing and how quickly you're replying to people, how quickly you're helping people, and a whole lot more? Head to HelpSpot.com. Start your free 21-day trial today. And if you'd like a personalized demo, just let us know. We're happy to jump on a call and show you all the things that HelpSpot can do and talk with you about how HelpSpot can help your organization, help your team, and honestly, help the people you're supporting. Thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to talking with you soon.